girls, gays, and days, because those are the only people watching this episode. I have some news for you. After 20 years of nothing but emotional roller coasters, diabolical press runs, an amazing album titled Bangers, don't know if you heard of it, we were graced and blessed with the gift of a 20-year anniversary, I guess kind of reunion, debacle, special on Disney Plus and Hulu stream. I have the bundle. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie, I just got that bundle a few days ago. Let me not say a few days ago. A few weeks ago, the Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu bundle. I'm not gonna lie, I've been having a time because I'm really a bundle girl, because one thing I'm gonna do is save me some money. But notice how every time the specials come out and the movies come out that I want to watch, they're always on one of them three. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm always up, and that's all I'm really excited about. And speaking of up, we're really up because why did I see Miley Cyrus in a Hannah Montana wig for the first time in over a decade? And I needed to come here and talk about this, and specifically a topic that has been running rampant. Como se dice nostalgia bait in Espanol? Because, girl, the only thing that sells better than sex is nostalgia, and this is a prime example of such. So I came here with my Ozempic scarf, leather jacket, my real, I can't say the C word, glasses, on this platform today to discuss all things nostalgia bait, anniversary, and everything in between. But if you think I'm doing this episode alone, you're out of your everlasting mind, because I was merely 3 apples tall when Hannah Montana first started airing in 2006. I was 4 years old. I still have very, very, very vivid memories of Hannah Montana. Fun fact, I went to a Hannah Montana concert and saw the Jonas Brothers as well at like 4 apples tall. So yes, I'm better than most people watching this, but I still had a very, very, very underdeveloped brain when Hannah Montana was going on. So I thought, what better way than discuss the anniversary, Hannah Montana as a culture shift, Disney, once again, nostalgia bait, than with our very own and beloved, Predictably Unpredictable podcast guest. Y'all know who it is. Y'all come to the couch.
What up, Big Pop? What up, Big Mamas? What up? Okay, I'm super excited because I've been so excited about the Hannah Montana.
You're the first one to come back. I keep asking other people and they all keep saying no, so he had to come back.
I feel like Nicki Minaj on Ellen, you know, or like Justin Bieber. You know how many times you went on Ellen?
Yes.
Yeah, like 30.
He's just so comfortable.
Like
He's
every time, be like, hey. I'm like, where are my underwear? But
where's my gifts, babe?
Also, not you calling me old, like to start the episode.
Me already being like, ages 3 seconds
I was like
into
7 seconds old.
I was
like,
literally not even thought of.
No, I was like so brand new. It's like, let's bring like an old bitch to the pod.
Let's bring the oldest hag to the pod.
Oh, girl. No, but I was.
Before we get into it,
yeah,
Jarvis was on the first podcast episode of Predictably Unpredictable because that's the most unpredictable thing that we could have done.
Correct.
Because everybody does their first podcast episodes alone. Like, it's a solo podcast, girl. You need to set the tone.
Totally.
But we started with a bang.
We did.
Most successful episode to date. And everybody says you're so hilarious. So I thought, what better way than to bring you on here, aside from having a fully developed brand when Hannah Montana was here.
Correct.
Or also a key.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, we met up yesterday and we were like, Hannah Montana dropped her
the
anniversary medal. And we were like, homework. First of all, we need the fits.
You watch, I watch. Oh, yeah,
yes.
no.
Watch,
We did
I
develop
watch,
the
and we both took notes. We want to discuss the anniversary of it
Yes.
all, nostalgia baiting,
Yes.
and just the cultural shift of Hannah.
Yeah, and like the whole situation.
Bless that baby.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Like
It's a big deal.
people died.
No, they did.
People died. Like, I personally, like I said, I was literally 3 apples tall when Hannah Montana started airing.
Girl.
But then I was 4 and 5 apples tall when I kept watching it because she had 4 seasons, right?
Yes.
I don't remember watching
Long season.
Hannah
Season's
Montana
long
forever. I didn't watch Hannah
I didn't
Montana
watch
forever.
that either. I don't
so I
remember.
watched
At that point, I was
3,
like, I hit puberty. I was like,
and
I
then
had pubic
people
hair. I'm not
wonder
watching
why
this.
prepubescent.
I'm too old.
Prepubescent when Hannah Montana came out.
Yeah.
Like, right.
Wait. No. Yes.
In
No,
06?
when the Forever stuff, yeah. Like, when that came out,
Hannah Montana Forever had to be like 2010, right?
Okay, so I didn't. Well,
Because if it's a season a
I was
year,
just getting pubic hair, or like about to get pubic hair.
that's crazy. You were literally prepubescent.
Yeah, I was.
I
Like,
hope I'm
literally.
saying that
Like,
right.
probably like that summer, prepubescent. I think you said pubescent.
I would say prepubescent.
Okay,
That's
girl.
an
Yes.
pre.
That's a tongue twister.
That's a big word for Alma.
Yeah. Balsamic vinegar. Yeah, no, that's definitely a big word.
No, No, but I remember because, like I said, I was 4 when Hannah Montana came out because I remember my sister was born. Bless that baby heart. She missed everything. She missed One Direction. She missed Hannah. I digress. And yeah, literally. Hi, Diva.
She's like.
She's so cool. She's so cool.
Wait, actually, because now we're gassing her up like in a public space.
No, and she's not going to come on this camera. So please do not expect. She's not going to come on this podcast.
But she has a lot of aura.
She does. People are surprised whenever I'm like, oh, when it comes to favorite Hannah songs, none of my favorite songs by her are from the first season. I have a favorite song off the first season's album. That's my favorite.
And it's probably one that no one knows or something.
Yeah, it's literally not even by her.
Exactly. What do you mean it's not by her?
It's my favorite song off the first season. Also, we're going to be using our phones a lot, so I really hope that's not like
we'll be describing what's going on, so don't be weird about it.
So in the editing booth, I'm so sorry in advance because that's going to be, woo! I'm so sorry. Sorry, Miles. But the first album of Hannah Montana came out in 2006. Literally, it's downloaded. I have Pop Princess by the Click 5 from the first album. Okay. If I had to pick my favorite Hannah song off the first album, I think it would have to be I Got Nerve or Just Like You. Actually, Just Like You was kind of tea. And I feel we can't play them because of copyright.
Yeah. We'll go to jail.
Because we need to keep these lights on. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tune in every Wednesday for more predictably unpredictable content. But yeah.
I think mine might be Pumping Up the Party.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I was very predictable for me.
But I feel like
I always want to pump up the party.
Season 1 was very like they were figuring out their stride.
Totally.
But then we got to season 2.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And we got hits. Well, let me not say hits, but they were very popular songs. No, it was hits on hits. Yeah. But also a lot of people, the most popular songs are never the best, most likely. When it comes to
almost every time.
So we got a very popular song, Nobody's Perfect. We got Rockstar.
Nobody's Perfect 8.
We got Life's What You Make It and True Friend.
OD.
If you haven't heard a Hannah Montana
song. Wait, was
it
Old Blue Jeans like a pretty song or something?
It wasn't that popular. I know that song.
But it was pretty though, right? Or something? Isn't it like sad or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's very like pump.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I
remember that like it was
confused.
yesterday. If you haven't heard a single Hannah Montana
song. Were you
song,
what? 5 apples tall?
I was 6 apples tall. If you haven't heard a single Hannah Montana song, you've definitely heard True Friend because every time it's somebody's birthday, they put in True Friend in the bag.
And it's always the fakest one in the room doing that too.
Like, girl, don't nobody like that.
No,
for
literally.
It's the leather like rubbing.
No, the
it's like, oh, I need some oil in here. Like, it's just giving like. It's giving that rubber suit from American Horror Story season 1.
But this is leather, baby. Oh my god.
This is not.
Honesty's the best policy.
Yep. Urban Outfitters. I don't have a link because this jacket is years old, but it's one of my favorites.
This one, I got this jacket when I weighed like 2 pounds, like soaking wet. And it still fits, but like I got it. I'll never forget when I bought it. The salesperson, I was in Colombia, and they were like, "You're like really small right now. Like you sure you want to buy it that little?" I'm like, "Yeah, like." And it still fits, but it's so like baby gap that like I'm like working out my arms again bigger. It's definitely not gonna fit soon.
But it's okay because you can pass it down.
Exactly.
To nieces, nephews, if you don't want kids, if you want kids. You know.
Totally. I would love to have an archive, but like
same. And it's like Urban Outfitters.
No, yeah, I was like an archive of polyester.
Speaking of spending a lot of money,
yeah.
The set has an upgrade today.
Yes.
Because
blank.
Me drawing a blank. 20th anniversary special. The set has an upgrade. I'm sorry if you're listening on Spotify to see the glitz. You can't see the glitz and glam of this room because it's really tea right now.
It is.
Along but no, the outfits are cute.
See my I Love LA t-shirt?
They're tea.
Where'd
you get that?
Aliyah's closet. I got PR today, guys. No, but I did get a ton of clothes.
No, like
haul coming.
So I think if that's the case, I think we should go through every album and say our favorite song.
That's completely fine.
Okay, so from Hannah Montana 2, I think my favorite song.
Okay.
This is hard. I want to say.
There's like one more.
I want to say Rockstar because this is a very like studded album. Like we got the party, Nobody's Perfect, Make Some Noise, Rockstar, Old Blue Jeans, Life's What You Make It, 1 in a Million, Bigger Than Us, You and Me Together, True Friend. I think Rockstar is my favorite.
I think We Got the Party is my favorite for sure.
Oh no, that was my favorite song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, you just told
No,
me the other
literally
day that We
yesterday,
Got
I
the
was
Party
like,
is like the
that's my
best song
favorite.
ever. And you're like,
Rockstar's my second
Rockstar's
favorite.
my favorite.
And it doesn't even have to include the Jonas Brothers for me to like it.
Well, actually, yeah, no, because it was her voice that was really doing it.
Because some people don't like some of her songs as much when the feature isn't on it. And I'm like,
they're tweaking. Yeah, no,
first
that
of
was
all,
good.
it was made for just her anyway.
I was like, second of all, Joe Jonas is wearing a top hat. I was
and
like, what is
also,
going on?
why am I
think-
seeing 3 fedoras? Third of
Yeah.
all, that episode ate down.
Yeah, that episode ate bad.
Lily being like, let's hug it out.
Yeah.
And she did the full bear hug. Yeah.
I was also like, can we go to Rico Shack and turn up and sing We Got the Party? Because that's where they sing it, right? Like on the bar.
Yes,
So I was
they
like, I'm
were
trying to go to Rico Shack.
turned. No, that and a marg.
Did you know Rico's Colombian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always so lit when I was a kid.
I know
'cause found out
somebody
he was Colombian.
who's his
cousin.
yeah.
Oh,
Very
wow.
random.
Yeah.
Where was I? I forgot where I was, but they were like, yeah, like he's like I literally like
That's my cousin.
I know somebody who
Yeah.
is
He
cousins
doesn't
with him.
act anymore. I don't think.
No.
Okay. Yeah. No.
But moving on to Hannah Montana 3, this is when we got the balayage. This is when they got their hands on a Dyson Airwrap and didn't know how to use it or set the curls right. So on this album, we have It's All Right Here, Let's Do This, Mixed Up, He Could Be the One, Just a Girl, I Want to Know You, featuring David Archuleta.
Yeah.
That
That
they
was such
took
a big deal at that
off
time.
of Spotify.
Yeah.
They took it off of Spotify. I digress. We have Supergirl, Every Part of Me, Ice Cream Freeze. I actually don't really like that song. Don't Want to Be Torn. And If We Were a Movie featuring Corbin Bleu.
He was
Because
so
that's how you
fun.
pronounce his name. Bleu.
I didn't realize Corbin Bleu was so pretty. I like it was weird.
He's stunning.
No, look, when I was a kid, I was like locked in with Zac Efron. I was like, and we can like
and
have a whole
that's
conversation.
the propaganda they were
And it was-
shoving at
but
you.
you know what? And it was some pretty goddamn good propaganda. Because
Put me in the High School Musical 2 cast.
If we're being very, 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 very
Lord.
serious, I was like, the way he was not my sexual awakening. Like my like gay sexual. It was like
Yeah.
something totally. It was Freddie from
Freddie.
Scooby Doo the live action. I've been in the
That's
sunken place a
real.
long time. But I was like, he was so fine. to
The
me.
sunken place
No,
was
literally,
crying.
no, literally, no, because I literally just said no.
And you didn't have Bieber fever.
No. Like, don't get me wrong.
That doesn't even.
Okay, I didn't have Bieber fever, but I did like Justin Bieber. Like,
okay,
I
but
wasn't.
but you weren't like. Ill.
Like squeezing my thighs together? Girl, no.
Oh, I was
no,
ill.
No.
We talked about that.
I was ill about. That
Not
was
long
like
ago.
extremely ill. Like I would feel things like in my stomach about Zac Efron. Like it was like my stomach. I would like yearn as a child for like.
See, that's when fangirling was normal, and then when
Yeah.
it got to One Direction and me,
Yeah.
oh, I was finna turn up.
Yeah.
Like it was.
But I was
why-
secretly like like my stomach was secretly hurting for Zac Efron. Like
I
'cause I
had my
couldn't tell
stomach
anybody.
hurting for 4 out of 5 boys.
Who?
Oh, 3 out of 5.
who?
Zayn Malik,
Yeah.
Niall Horan,
My
and Harry
stomach hurt
Styles.
for him too. My stomach.
Every time he moved, it's like my bones ached. I yearn for that man to this day.
I really. This is. I really thought I was gonna marry Harry Styles like up until like no please no. But like
No,
actually
I still do.
hear me out like
I still
actually hear me
do.
out. No, I'm over it now.
I'm never
I
gonna
hate
get
his
over it.
haircut.
I'm never gonna get over it.
Love you, Harry. Hate that haircut.
And like
Wait, is the haircut good?
I don't care. Like
Are you really in the second place?
like in the face. Like to this day, if you were like, if you had to pick a celebrity to marry, of course I'm gonna say Zayn Malik first.
Yeah, duh.
But like if you like to this day, there's still a level of delusion that just
Really?
like was left with me after being a One
Yeah.
Direction fan that like has never left.
Wow.
Because after so many hours of reading Wattpad and entering like
Totally.
why in your name, it's
And
like
flow
you,
state.
it's manifesting.
Yeah.
Because like you have to be delusional to manifest stuff like
Totally. Mm-hmm.
that. And when Harry and Zayn were doing 2-mans, people's manifestations were coming true. So
Wait, they did 2-mans? Like in real life?
yes, mind you, I wasn't on Twitter at
I
the
would
time
act so
I
weird.
was too
I would literally
young.
act so weird.
So
was
like I didn't
no,
get the live
actually, I would.
updates, but
Yeah,
like
would.
I would shout out to Kristen, whatever that last name girl, because they would always give the hotel lobby like such and such is coming up, so then they would give like a
Yeah.
code name, not their
Okay,
actual
that part
name.
I heard about that. Yeah.
That's when they were doing the 2-mans.
Oof. Lord have mercy.
Frat boy Harry and
I would act so
Zayn.
weird. I was like, oh my god.
That was a crazy sidebar.
Yeah. That was
But-
a crazy sidebar. Wait,
Anyway,
I was gonna say, Corbin Bleu is gorgeous. Long story
He
short,
is.
like I did not realize
He's
how
my-
bad he
no,
was serving.
his
He was
face-
serving his face.
his face
insane,
nasty,
insane,
positive,
insane, disgusting,
his face card.
ridiculous.
Now
And his
every time
hair,
I watch High School Musical 1, 2, and 3, I'm like,
he was
okay,
gorgeous.
Zach.
Well,
okay,
you know what?
Corbin.
But you know what? I think the other thing was being real. I hated Corbin's character. Cause like he grew better, but he was always such a hater and like wanted Troy to be like, you're a man and bro, like,
I
you
need
know,
to
like,
rewatch them because
You don't
last time
remember that?
last time I watched, it's been a minute since I watched those movies.
Oh.
But I remember him
mean,
being like,
same.
why are you trying to break the status quo?
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, he was a product of his environment, so I'm not gonna
Girl, bye.
No,
No,
'cause
like,
that's what
no.
yeah.
It's true. Like, he's
Yeah.
obviously like and of course he wanted to like cook or not cook.
Zeke and that creme brulee
was taking me out. I was like, but long story short, he wanted to be somebody else, but whatever. Yeah, when the status quo thing pissed me off. So
no
clearly
shade,
I didn't
but
want to
like
be in a box. I
him
didn't wanna
wanting
be in a
to
box.
not like he didn't want his friend to be a theater kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, but you know what? I would have done the same thing.
Speaking of boys, who was your favorite boy in Hannah Montana and why was it Oliver?
Oliver's Mitchell Musso.
Yeah. Like out of the big three boys. Like literally Jackson,
of course,
Rico,
he was
and
like
Oliver.
the sweetest. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Jake or Jesse? And why is it Jesse?
Jesse's the brown hair one?
Yes.
Just because I like brunettes. I was like, let's
Well,
be
they both
sisters.
have brown hair technically.
No, they don't.
Jake had
He
dirty
had blonde hair.
that basically
Exactly.
in my head. And you know, since I'm talking about it, wait, okay, favorite song on Hannah Montana 3 real quick.
Okay, go. What is it? Let me look.
I think we have
I feel like really close to you right now. Let me
Dare
back
I
up.
want to say I Want to Know You.
I want to know.
I Want to Know You's probably my favorite.
This is when I was tuning out, so I
Yeah.
would say mine would be.
This was when
He
I was
could be the one, probably.
Yeah,
Which is so
I
basic,
Want to Know You.
but
He
yeah.
could be the one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then Hannah Montana Forever Gonna Get This, duh. Featuring Ayaz. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's when I started tuning out. But speaking of Jake and Jesse, we were watching. Well, I was watching,
Okay.
and they asked her who she would pick, and she
Oh.
picked Jake. Pissed me off.
Chose like the super hot guy. I feel like and like
Mind you, both their face cards were crazy.
insane. Like
Jake cheated on her.
him-
Jake cheated on her.
the blonde one.
Yes.
Oh. And she still chose the other one.
That's why when
Oh.
she chose Jake,
I was
I
confused.
was so confused.
Oh, but she said Jake always says nice things about her, so that's why she did that.
And like that's cute, but like in universe, the Hannah Montana canon,
Yeah,
he cheated on her.
but Jesse was fine.
She should have picked Jesse. And it's weird because when they played the clip in the anniversary and
Mm.
they were like Lily and Jesse, I was like, who are we talking about? Jesse? Mookie? Are we
What?
talking about Jesse?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Mm.
I was listening.
Yeah, clearly. I was like,
I only watched it once, but I was like listening.
my sister was like, because when they asked that question, my sister was like, you would like take Jesse. Like before I could even like
I would
say
take
it was-
Jesse.
but it was true. It
I
was
would
true.
take Jesse. Jake,
Like, I'm
honestly,
confirming it.
that clip where he's on the red carpet and he was like, a girl named Miley, and his girlfriend's like, who?
Oh.
Like, that's funny, but like, he did cheat on her.
Yeah. So like, what are we talking about?
Billy Ray, you should have tore him up.
No,
No shade.
completely.
I want to hear overall thoughts
Okay,
because
let's go from the beginning.
I was about to say, do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Using the gift of retrospect,
You're so funny.
I don't know what I expected, but I expected more. I think they did good for the time that they had, but it felt like they were trying to do too many things at one time. It felt
mhm.
like looking at the old clothes, doing the concerts, interview questions,
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
coming in. And
Yeah.
it was like, it was 50 minutes and it flew by. But I feel like if you're doing a 20th anniversary special, you need to like,
Mind you, it was like actually like you're right. It was like 50 minutes. Like
it was literally 58
between commercials.
minutes.
It was like
It was
like
58 minutes, and they literally had like 4 different things going on. My personal favorite parts, going through the clothes.
yeah. That closet was
And
everything.
you got me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Wow. Okay, so
Literally, I was watching it, like the first live performance, and I
Okay.
said, and where was my invite?
yeah, no, actually,
But
yeah.
her voice has matured so much. You could tell she's so much
sounds
more
so
comfortable within like
healthy.
her artistic self based on how she was
sounds
singing
so
those songs.
good.
She sounds so good. But like, it was cute.
Yeah,
But I think they tried to do,
too much
they were
in too
spreading
little time.
themselves thin.
I was shocked that it was an hour. So I'm gonna get out, I guess, a negative first, and then I'll get the positive in afterwards.
Start with the positive. Start
Okay.
with the positive.
Yeah, because you started with the negative. I was like,
Yeah,
so
you
I'll
gotta
do
yin yang,
backwards.
balance
Yeah,
it out.
yeah, I was like, I did want to start with the positive anyways. Yeah, I was
It,
like,
it was
okay,
cute though, yeah.
cute. Okay, the second it started, I got so emotional. I was like, okay, so we kept laughing, talking about like when we were gonna watch it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get emotional. Blah blah blah.
You manifested it.
Like I'm gonna cry. Ha,
You manifested it
I'm
so
gonna cry.
bad.
Like I'm like literally gonna cry. Like it's so funny. I like totally like might cry. Literally, it started, and immediately my nervous system was like weird. Like I went to my sister's apartment. She's sitting next to me, and her fiance, my like brother-in-law to be, he's like laying on like the L part of the couch, and he was sleeping because he is He's gonna get mad at me, but I don't give a fuck because we called him old last night too. But he was actually old. Like he was like 16 when that came out. So like,
whoa,
yeah.
What was Mesopotamia like?
Yeah, no, literally. No, literally.
Did he have a pet dinosaur?
No. When they first started dating, I literally did not stop doing that. And then I was like, okay, let me stop. Because like,
God.
yeah, no, literally.
Not too much because my older sister was 16 too.
But you know how like, when he was like we were talking about like LMFAO and he was like, yeah, that was like my freshman year of college. I was like,
don't tell nobody that.
God.
Do not tell nobody that.
I was like,
I remember,
I'm in Miami. You were in college.
That's
I was like,
such a head honcho song, and nobody knows what I'm talking about when I bring it up. So thank
I'm
you
in
for
Miami.
I remember like fresh off
Play
the parent
all night.
divorce.
Yeah, my parents are about a divorce, but they ended up not. But like
we literally used to use my dad's like $50 damn laptop and watch like the Party Rock anthem. I literally know the dance to this day.
Okay.
Recession indicator. People were flash dancing.
Now I was early on to LMFAO because I had a cousin who don't come and arrest me because I really don't have time for this. But this is gonna make me. Well, you know what? Whatever. I am my age. I'm wise. I'm beautiful. Like it is what it is.
Period.
I'm not tweaking. But you're like, oh no, you're about to call me old bitch.
What the hell are you about to say?
That I'm 1,000. No, what I'm about to tell you. What I'm about to tell you is, so I had like an older cousin and a cousin that was like a year younger than me.
Right.
But we would go to their house and we would illegally download music. And then we would burn it on CDs.
Would you sell it?
Girl, no.
Oh.
I was like, what the No, I would just make like mixtapes of like what mixtapes.
So for all the young folk who were born after like 2008,
correct.
We used to have physical media where you can hold the things that you own.
Yes.
And way back when we had this thing called iTunes and YouTube to MP3.
Yes.
So you would click the link, copy it, paste it, download it to iTunes, and then you plug your phone in. Move the files over to your iPod, iPod Nano, iPod Touch, the original iPod, or your phone.
Why am I not a computer engineer? I'm like not getting it because I was basically coding. We were coding.
No, and then you had the CD inserter because this was when CDs were still a thing. They literally had the disc in the computer. Now you have to buy it separate for whatever reason. And then you would put it on the CD and you would write what it was.
Yes.
I remember my older sister burned "Life Is a Highway" from Cars. Honestly, it was the only song on there. She used a whole CD for one song because we loved it so bad.
Literally, I turned a new leaf because
this is all alleged.
When I got a little bit older, no, completely.
This is all alleged.
This is all
alleged.
fan mail.
This is fan fiction.
Yeah, correct.
This is what nostalgia core.
No, what's it called? Acting. Yeah, I was like
method acting.
No, not method acting.
Oh, role play.
Role play. We're role playing. It's not role play.
Role playing old hags in the early 2000s.
That's so funny. Yes, we are.
Role playing NASA in like 1850.
Correct. No, but yeah, he's old anyway. So like, I don't remember the point of like burning CDs. That boy. It's like, I don't remember.
I remember burning CDs because every car had a damn CD player in it.
Oh yeah, and it was everything.
This was pre-Bluetooth.
Oh, I remember that's how I fell in love with Beyonce.
That's real.
Because
that's real.
You know when you're a kid and you just love songs but you don't know what they're called?
Yeah. Ooh. I used to sing Akon's Lonely, but I was like 3. But I couldn't say Mr. Lonely. So my mom used to be like, you used to sing Mr. Scalonely?
Aww.
Girl, I've been new ball.
That is so cute.
Do you see
that song is such a banger.
Do you see how quickly it spirals into nostalgia bait?
Yeah.
This is nasty.
But yeah, no, because I haven't thought about burning CDs or talked about being an old hag in like a long time.
Because why is it so easy to get an old hag going about back in the day? I used to make fun of my family for reminiscing. Then I found myself cackling and leaning back and forth and rubbing and talking about when I was a kid. No. I'm the old hag in question.
Or also, like, do you talk on the phone a lot? Like an old person?
I prefer FaceTime.
Oh, see, okay.
But I am getting to that age where I send a voice memo instead.
Oh, wait, no. You would think Aliyah and I live in another country and we like strictly use WhatsApp the way that we send voice memos.
Like, no, I'm never beating the Jamaican auntie allegations.
Yeah. I love
the voice memos are nasty and they be long, but sometimes they'll be like 3 seconds. I'll be like, because somebody needs to hear me say that. Because sometimes I'll type like MMCHT.
So
like,
annoying. Yeah.
But if I need a... Like, I'm going to send it because you pissed me off.
You're actually
I'm just like my grandma.
Like, no, literally.
Never beating the auntie allegations, bro.
No. The way that I was like, let's just like laugh and like talk on the phone for so long with friends, I'm like, this is actually insane.
Speaking of on the phone, out of all the Disney celebrities that they could have phoned in, I was not expecting Selena.
I wasn't either, but I will say, okay, wait, sorry.
That was a good segue.
Excellent segue, because
Thank
we need
you.
to get back on
I've been
topic. It got a
practicing.
little bit ridiculous.
I've been practicing.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of that, I was like, I thought it was random too, but I enjoyed her being there because I do remember
too.
I did like that Michaela character. When she gave her the hat, I started crying. But
I think.
Did you cry at all?
No.
No.
Because I was only 4 apples tall. Like,
if you bring the up that, yeah. If you call me an old hag one more time, that'd be too
like I have
this jacket is tight. Okay.
It's blurring and squeezing my brains out.
No,
but I have an emotional connection, but not as deeply as people who are the old in the room. Yeah. Like I remember watching Hannah Montana, but I remember every day, because you lived here your whole life.
Yeah.
6 a.m. to 6:30, Lilo and Stitch in the morning before school. I remember Lilo and Stitch, the credits rolling, and I wake up for school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I remember. I don't have I remember that Disney. I think I have an emotional connection, but not something that's that deep. But I think that's because, not that I was so young, but because that was still a time where I wasn't that invested in media.
Totally.
Because when it came to hobbies and stuff, I loved music, but I also loved reading. So we didn't watch that much TV. But when we did, we had stuff that we loved, but not to the point where I'm like, oh my God, 20th anniversary special. I remember when you first told me, I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I remember I brought it up. Yeah, and you were a little chill. And I was like, wait, I'm confused.
I was actually very chill about it.
Yeah,
I was really chill about it.
I feel like ever since I was a kid, I always enjoyed like spending time with family and having fun and dancing and stuff, but I've always been very into media. Like I've always been like, I always remembered like music videos and like performances and like award shows and like TV shows and movies. Like I like have like a strong attachment to that. And I was a little bit older than you.
Yeah. Because like I remember
I had to be 6 or 7 when Hannah Montana came out.
How old are kids when they're in the 5th grade?
10. That's when I was in pre-puberty when the thing ended.
In 2012, I remember like 2010 to 2012, I still remember there being like the teen magazines.
Yeah.
And Miley being on them.
Ones. Yeah.
And I remember going on like our 5th grade trip and like having them and being like, la, la, la.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing. Because this was like pre-One Direction.
Totally.
But post Miley.
Yes.
Because she was still very much like in the media.
Totally.
Especially with the Disney people at the time. Like it was like Selena, Jonas Brothers. Like it was still very much
jumping.
Like media was a thing.
It was jumping.
Because why do where are the preteen magazines?
Yeah. Also, who are the preteen people? I
feel like it's facts. I feel like I'm out the loop, but at the same time, I mean, I talked about this in my One Direction episode. But my One Direction episode is about fangirling.
Yeah.
The girlies, it's so many famous people now. People can walk down the street with 10 million followers and you won't know a thing.
That's true.
It's too many people, famous people now. So I think it's just like, it's hard to keep up with that.
Yeah.
But back then, when you were famous, you were a household name.
Yeah. I'm not going to be
If I say a name and my dad doesn't know who you're talking about, my Caribbean, bald, 5'7" Scorpio father, you're not a household name.
Correct.
Because he doesn't have any social media.
Yeah.
So if it get back to him, oh, you're head honcho. But, because like my dad knows who Justin Bieber is.
No, yeah.
My dad knows who One Direction is.
Or Selena Gomez.
Imagine my surprise when Maya told my dad who Young Nudie was. And he was like, Young Neutered? Yep. Not a household name. Because times are different. But like she was a household name.
Who?
She's still Hannah Montana.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about last night. But I was like, it definitely, I think that is what.
That's what we're missing.
That's what we're missing. But I was like, as big as she is, it does throw me off that she's not like that. She hasn't done like an Eras tour or that like she's not on that level. Like, don't be wrong. And Miley Cyrus is secure enough in herself where she knows she's that.
She don't need to do that.
Like she doesn't give a f. And she shouldn't. And like that's not the point. But I'm just saying, like for me, saying like as a fan, I'm like, I don't get how she's not like. But also a point that I was thinking about yesterday, I was like, Hannah and Miley were 2 different people. Yeah. You know?
Very different. And I thought that was something really cute.
I did too.
In the special where first of all, I would love to say,
I
love how many odes that she gave to her mom. Because you could tell her mom was not playing about her.
I also did not realize
how
involved her mom was. Yeah, the fact that her mom styled her, she was like, her mom
that was so cute.
Honey, that's Hannah, that's Miley.
Like that is
I love them so bad.
First of all, Little Miley's audition tape was so adorable. That's the part that almost made me cry. She was so baby.
She was really young.
She was what? 12? 11? She was so baby.
She was younger when she auditioned.
She had to be 10.
Yeah, or younger because it takes a long time. Yeah, but she was 11 when the show started. Yeah, she was real. So
she had to be 10.
If
Bro,
not 9.
she was so cute. I love
gorgeous.
how Miley was not playing about letting y'all know how involved her mom was, because I didn't know she was that involved. I never knew. I didn't know she styled her. I didn't know that they literally, it was hilarious when she was like, you can tell when Disney picked out an outfit versus my mom picked outfit. And that pink outfit she was talking about with the leggings, she was right. I hated that outfit too.
That's so funny. Real, I think all the outfits she talked about, I was like, that's when like they were losing the plot for me. And
no, facts. Like, because when they said that they lost the plot when the inches were gone.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because no shade. I think, if I'm remembering properly, I think the best seasons of Hannah are season 2 or 3. And that's not because I watched them.
No, I would 100% agree.
But I think we started losing and wavering in season 4.
The pilot ate real bad, Loki.
That wig.
Yeah.
That wig was so bad.
But not only that, but just like, I like the episode though. Like,
no, the episode was cute.
Is funny.
The episode was cute.
That was a good pilot.
But that wig, it was so distracting. They were showing the clips and I was like, oh, take that wig off.
It was very dolly.
It was given they threw it in the air and she caught it on her head.
Yes. It was
like, ew. Like, it was tacky.
But it was, what's the word? Oh, the other thing, the exact thing she said to her mom. Oh, wait. So my nervous system was like not okay, like the second it started. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. She's going to come out. She came out. We didn't talk about Alex Cooper yet, like at all.
I don't want to.
I'm going to. I'm not going to jump on every bandwagon of like, oh, like because everyone's hating Alex Cooper right now. I'm like, oh my God, I can't stand her. No. I respect her hustle. I also understand that the car daddy thing is like unfortunate, whatever. I think she's... You don't know about that?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
She is so out the loop. I'm like, for all hag, I really know up from down like all the time.
Because I only saw one post about people are like, Alex Cooper is not a good interviewer. And I was like, I didn't know she was very beloved. I've never watched a Call Her Daddy interview.
Okay,
If I have, I've only seen clips.
That's fair.
I've only seen clips because, like I said, I'm not a super big podcast person. And if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm on my ass. Tangent with Tanner.
So funny.
Upstairs Neighbors podcast.
Oh my God.
My 2 favorite podcasts. But it's because
I just started a new one today that was actually funny.
Shit, but I'm giggling at the same time.
Do you know who Morgan Stewart is?
No.
Okay. Morgan Stewart's
It's too many people in the world right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. But do you ever watch Rich Kids of Beverly Hills?
No.
I
don't watch reality TV.
That's why I act like this. But she just started a podcast today, and I don't watch podcasts. I don't listen to many either, but I listened to it on the way here. Loved it.
Yeah.
8 down. Super funny. But that's not the point. The point is, when Call Her Daddy first came out, I was in college. And like I went to PWI, so a lot of the girls that I was friends with, they're like, oh my God, Call Her Daddy. Like, it's like everything. Like the Glock 3000. Like, it's like everything. Like,
no, like top of the chart.
Yeah, and I was like,
150.
and then I don't know, based on my personality and how I am, you would have figured that would have liked that. And I didn't. Business-wise, the girl's eating. The girl's eating real bad business-wise. But then she took a more like, I don't know, like then she started doing like other kind of episodes.
Other avenues.
Yeah, like she started like she interviewed Kamala Harris, like she would do like Kim Kardashian, like, but a lot of people have an issue with her interviewing. The only one that I watched fully.
Can I ask why?
It's the way that she asks questions that people don't really care for. I'm gonna ask you a question and then like answer it. Don't take too long so we can like finish role play quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Okay. Like, what was it like growing up in Charlotte?
It was fun. It was cute. I made a lot of.
Wait, sorry. When you answer, like allude, like give me enough detail where like I should answer a follow-up question. Okay, go again. What was it like growing up in Charlotte?
It was definitely different. I definitely think my level of understanding for, like cultural backgrounds are there because Charlotte's so diverse and there's just so many people here, and it was so fun growing up with so many different kinds of people. It let me get like a very diverse worldview at very young of an age. So it just made it very interesting from a young age, and it really just allowed me to learn more about myself and a lot of other cultures outside of me. And allowed me to like grow into a more understanding, empathetic person for people who don't look like me, act like me, or were raised like me, depending on like scenarios and whatnot.
It took a long time, but let's get back to roleplay. So where are your favorite jeans from? It's like that. Like, and it's not that bad, but it's just like and if you noticed in the special, she kind of did that too. Like she would ask a question and then whatever's answered.
Just about to say that.
That's what, so that is people's problem with her. It's like, they feel like she doesn't she doesn't have that natural curiosity. And then sometimes they feel like she talks too much, like whatever. But I was like, whatever. Like if interviewers, that's what they get paid to do. So like, shut up. And like, don't be wrong, they can't talk too much sometimes. But
No, because
I don't think that's a problem.
Me personally, one thing I'm gonna do is ask a follow up.
And I'm great at a follow up.
I've really been told I know how to talk to people from a young age. That's not even me trying to like toot my horn, but like
Nope.
I know how to talk to people, make
Same
people
boat.
comfortable. So if somebody says something,
Have they ever told you have the gift of the gab?
I feel like I've heard that before.
You have like that thing that people can just like, you can like get anyone to talk or do whatever. You definitely have that, girl. Because
I have
so do
it.
I. But
I was never,
and not like in an insecure way.
I
so
never had like talks too much written on my report card.
Never.
No, I didn't have that type of ADHD.
Must be nice.
But I've had the type where it's in here. I don't.
Yeah, let's get back to
I
Alex
never
Cooper.
watched an interview of her just because, like, based on the clips I did see, I was like, this doesn't seem like something I would go out of my way to like listen to.
Well, that's what it's become now. It wasn't that before.
The Daddy video I've ever seen in my life is the Zayn episode. But I watched it because I wanted to hear Zayn Malik talk.
You never did the
but
interview.
it was after he wasn't talking for like 10 years.
Correct.
That's the most we had heard him talk in like 10 years at this point. I didn't care what she was doing. I wanted to check up on the first love of my life.
No, literally.
Like I was not worried about that blonde lady.
No.
I was confused as to how, first of all, they got to his team. Second of all, he said yes.
But that's the thing. I was like,
because before that,
but that's why I say I give credit where credit's due, because she could look like she's at the. I mean, she interviewed Michelle Obama. I'm like, so like,
also no shade about the Hannah thing.
Who's not gonna like not interview? You know, like who's not gonna want to go on Call Her Daddy? The only episode that I watched fully. No, I'm like, if y'all got Michelle Obama on Call Her Daddy, they're gonna invite me to Call Her Daddy. I'm gonna say no.
No, like I see that.
Like you see, I'm saying not that I wouldn't say yes or wouldn't say no. Like whatever. That's the point. What I'm saying is like she's at that level. Is what I'm getting at.
She's very
like,
famous.
Yeah, I'm like she got Michelle Obama. She's gonna get Zayn.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
like,
Jake Shane like right behind her.
Yes.
Which
I
crazy.
do love him. He's so
funny.
He's so funny.
He's
Wait, why are
hilarious.
they eating him up for the thing? Wait, no, we need to.
I'm not online, so I don't know.
Okay, cool. Then we'll talk about that another time.
But I will say the one thing, when they were doing the interview questions, it took me out so bad. And not in like a funny way, but like I was taken out.
Yeah.
One, none of the questions I remember her asking were very like impactful to me, aside from Miley's answers. One, she said she didn't really want Hannah Montana that bad. And two, she openly said she dated one of the Sprouse twins. Like that was her boyfriend. And then also
her making the joke about like have them both come to dinner. I'm
like
girl,
oh girl,
please.
At the end of the day, she's just a girl.
No, she is just
and
a girl.
Then
just a nasty
guy. The third
guy.
other thing that Miley said was a quote from Dolly, like, say something so they can't say like no. Or
like promote
say
something before it's real that
so they can't say no.
I thought that was really cool.
So those are literally I remember everything else from the thing.
That's it.
The interview took me out so bad. Another nitpick, Hannah Montana is huge.
Yeah.
We know that. She's a Disney legend. Disney legend parking. Another thing I remember.
That was so funny.
Where is the original set?
Okay.
That was not the original set. She literally, and I literally had a note in my notes. I was like, I wonder if they kept this set all these years. And then I kept watching it. She was like, recreate or rebuild. And I was like, nope. Yeah. They should have kept that set. And they know they should have kept that set.
But, okay. So sorry, Jesus Christ! I don't know what's going on. I'm not bored by you. I was like, I'm
over here like, oh damn.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm an old hag, right?
Oh.
I gotta go to bed at 6 p.m. Right? I have to have dinner. I'm like, but no, when they say recreate the set, does that mean that they just took the set down and have all the pieces?
No,
or they just
usually
like, redesigned the whole thing?
when TV sets come
like
down,
iconic.
they demolish, trash, demolish, wrecking ball.
But something that
Bangers,
famous, I was like, why would
2013.
y'all do that? Yeah,
Because
it
is.
And honestly, at the moment that something ends, unless it's like a Friends or like a Modern Family or something like that, people are over it by the end where they're like, just tear that shit down and call it a day. But okay, back to the Alex thing. I think one thing that I could tell was that it was definitely a really long interview, but they chopped it down really short. Which I saw them today 3 to 5 saying
questions
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Honestly, no shade. Maybe this is my unemotional attachment bias coming out. But take the singing parts out. Put more interview stuff in.
No.
But if they were gonna do the singing stuff, they should have tacked on another episode of just exploring what touring was like, and they could have included it there. It should have either been 2 to 4 episodes or a 3-hour thing. But the music part of it was like, now I feel like we're on commercial break.
Well, no. Okay.
I love seeing it, but
you
like I said,
Apple's tall.
No, because like I loved hearing her sing.
I think
but like I said, I feel like they spread themselves thin.
Yes.
And if they had to take anything out and put it somewhere else, it had to be the singing part.
Mm.
Because like I said, if they did 2 hour and a half long episodes, they could have done a whole interview part where they went through her archives. That would have been so fun. And then the singing and tour life section, because she did touch on that.
I think that the fact that
I think if they split it up better, it would have been so much more.
when it started and that was 1 hour like straight.
I was like, honestly confused. I was like, "Where's the rest?"
Yeah, I was like very, very, very.
Especially because the way they've been
promoting
gassing it. I'm over here thinking like, "Oh, come on, limited series." Da, 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 da.
Well, I knew it wasn't gonna be a limited series. I personally was thinking we were getting like a 3-hour special. Like I thought it was gonna be like a really long thing, but I've
literally seen podcasts.
I also think that like in retrospect, I personally, because now I saw Alex Cooper come out and she said, "Oh, like we really had a 3-hour interview," and then they told me that they were cutting it down because the special was only gonna be an hour. What I personally believe is that because when everyone found out that Alex Cooper is doing the interview, I don't know if you saw that, but she got.
I literally didn't know until
yesterday.
They posted like a longer trailer.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like the actual trailer for it.
No.
And even then it slipped my mind because I don't know her face.
No, they announced
literally just know
and
her
everyone
name
was so upset because they were like, she's a horrible interviewer. I don't know why she got it. Like, what does she have to do with anything? Like, they were going in. My personal opinion is that it was supposed to be longer interview-wise, but when they saw all the backlash they got from having Alex Cooper, they had already shot the interview, so like, F it, we got to use it, but let's cut it.
When did they announce that she was going to do it?
They announced it maybe like right after it got shot.
When was that?
Oh, it literally got shot. That was the thing. It wasn't shot long ago. It was like max 5 weeks ago. Like they got the pictures of Hannah driving in Malibu and pulling up to the set and all that. Literally, that came out a month ago. That leaked, and then
but also that doesn't take long to produce.
No. Well, clearly since a fucking hour.
It takes a lot to get down to an hour.
Well,
because if they did a 3-hour interview, can you imagine how long she was on that damn stage?
No, not 3. But I'm saying like I don't know. Yeah,
from a TV and production standpoint, they work to get it down to an hour, and it's really, you got to have something dire to have something like that re-edited to where it's less screen time for somebody who people don't want to be there. Because like at that point, they just kick him off the show.
Yes.
Example, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Isaiah Washington, bad person.
Yeah.
Instead of just putting him on the sideline, kick him off the show. It's easier. Like it's way easier to just do that.
Yeah.
So I understand why they picked her. I think if they really wanted to nostalgia bait,
who?
It should have been another Disney person.
That's what somebody else is saying.
It should have been another Disney. I don't know who either, but at the same time, it didn't have to be just one person. It could be a few. It could have been Raven. It could have been Selena.
I love Raven.
That would have been so fun.
At this present moment, I don't think I would have wanted Raven to do it. Though Raven would have been like the most fitting, like resume wise, no questions asked. But where she's at in her life, I'm like,
I don't keep up with her. I don't keep up with anybody. So if y'all hear me say anything about I like her, I don't like, because I don't know what's going on.
Everything I'm like, okay, so their social security number starts in 2, ends in 8. I'm like,
no, I have not heard about this.
No.
I don't keep up with her. But I do think if they really wanted to nostalgia bait, which I don't think they care to do, but at the same time, they did kind of want to. They didn't do something for the 10-year anniversary.
I don't know. I just think that, well, the other thing too is, so Alex Cooper is Miley Cyrus's neighbor. And,
wait a minute.
Yep. And the only Car Daddy episode I've ever watched the entire thing of was the interview she did with her mom and her sister.
Wait.
Because her mom and her sister have a podcast.
I did like the clips of Noah at the end.
That was funny.
They're so cute.
I forgot how funny that little girl was.
They're so cute.
I always wanted to, like, not in like a misogynistic way, but I always wanted to punch that little girl in the face because they always had her play the most annoying character at the end of the thing. She'd be like, give me this! And I never knew that was her little sister and that was her.
I think a lot of people feel about G. Janelia, the girl from Dog with a Blog. Or that other girl who was in Wizards of Waverly Place who played Max for a few episodes because he turned into a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm thinking about the girl who played Max. I forget her name.
I'm so sorry. Like child stars. I'm like, But I will say that one sentence she said about her mom, that got me like.
It's
really
so funny
bad.
when you told me that earlier. I literally don't remember her saying that.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, yeah, no. She word for word said they were in the closet and like that's when they were talking about like how involved her mom was and like styling and this is and third. And then she goes, Mom, like you made sure that like I fed like Hannah and I fed Miley well, but she's like, you always made sure that I did what I wanted to do and that I was who I am. And then she ends it with, the thing I'm most proud of in this world is the person that I am, and I'm the person that I am because of you, Mommy. girl. Like I was
And
like,
like I
no,
said-
I'm being no. You think I'm like kidding? My sister's sitting
No, I
next to
know
me, and
you're
I'm like
being
literally
so
trying
serious.
like not to, and I was like, don't cry. I was like, well, no. Don't get me wrong. I believe in crying. But and I used to cry a lot when I was younger, but now I don't. Life's made me hard, sadly.
One thing I'm gonna do
Life
is
made me
cry.
hard.
I cry all the time.
See, I want to cry more. Life made me hard. So like I just now it's like certain things that'll get me. Like it'll be a song or it'll be a movie or a show or something. And the last thing was Coco. But this had me crying
Coco
in the
gonna
same
do it every
neighborhood as
time.
Coco. This had me crying and say, so that part that started making me cry because I was thinking about my own relationship with my mom and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Then it went to commercial break. Then the commercials started making me feel stupid because we had Hulu with the commercials.
Giggles
and it was
in, Giggles in Disney Plus, Hulu, SBN, bundle, no ads, mama.
Need that. I was like, because this is so foul. I was like,
Need that.
literally, I'm like, and then it's like,
It's like
no.
GLP-1.
You're fat, get skinny. And it's literally, and the worst part is, it's not a 30-second commercial, it's a 2-minute commercial. So now I'm realizing that I'm crying that I was crying, and now I have 2 minutes to reflect on why it's not that deep.
When Miley was doing Hannah, there was a boundary because there was no phones. This was back in the day when you could go to somebody's hotel and like it wouldn't be thousands of people there because the word didn't get out that fast.
Yeah.
So when Miley was doing Hannah at such a young age, there was still a boundary, like an unspoken boundary, because it used to be celebrities.
Totally.
And then regular civil human beings. Like
Yeah.
it used to be us, like Z-list, like regular.
But now
though celebrities
anyone
are
has the
regular people,
opportunity, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
It's
to
great.
have
It's amazing.
access
But
to
fame.
And
like,
that's why I will never question a celebrity on their boundaries, especially when Miley does it, because she was exploited and taken advantage of for so long
Totally.
at such a young age.
Yeah.
If she was like, don't call me Hannah ever again, I'm falling off the face of the earth, don't talk to me, da-da-da. I'm over here like, girl, I'm gonna stick beside you.
Yeah.
You know what? Thank you. I have 4 albums that I can stream. That's why now that I'm at my big age of 23, am I sad Zayn left? Yes. But am I still happy I got all the music I got because it feels like a complete thing? Am I ever going to drag that man at this current day for doing that? No.
But
Because you got to put your piece first. And the fact that she was able to have a full circle moment after all that turmoil
That's
that
what I was about to
she
say.
went through, that was the thing that spoke to me the most. But honestly, I had that appreciation and respect for her before the special.
Yeah.
Because girl, what do you mean they own your name?
No.
What do you mean? What? Free her till it was backwards.
No, literally.
Because that was just, it's crazy because I don't think we've seen anything that bad since then. No, right?
No. The other thing that really was a special moment for me that I thought when I was watching it, that made me cry like a mug. Like I thought that was like so special. When the ex-Disney president came and sat down and he read the email.
Oh, when they were casting?
When he read that email and he was like oftentimes in life, like we have the opportunity where we get to like take a bet or like we get to like grant someone a star and they're like, like she has it. Like to see that and then to see
how big
it fucking became and to see her there in that moment and healed and healthy. And like when I tell you, I was just like, oh, and then it cut to commercial again.
And I'm about to get on my soapbox.
Oh no, girl!
With the crazy,
with
the crazy segue.
Okay.
Not only do we need to take bets on people, we need to start taking bets on art in general. New art.
Okay.
Hence the title of the podcast episode.
Stop rebooting. Did you hear what
Nostalgia
they're rebooting yesterday?
No.
I literally commented like a psychopath underneath 13 going on 30. I was like, can we stop? No, girl, not with the same people.
I've never seen 13 going on 30. It's in my watch list. I just got into the movie thing, but it's something I watch.
No, she just got into the movie thing, but watch the movie every 5 seconds in every movie that comes out. You have not watched 13 going on 30. It's absolutely insane.
No, because I feel like there's movies that
classic, banger. Like literally classic banger.
As an ADHD girly, if I'm thinking about it, I need to watch it, and I never think about like the rom-com.
No, 13 going on 30.
2000s.
Have you watched Made in Manhattan? You're going to piss
I've
me
never
off.
even heard of that. I've never even heard of that.
The Wedding Planner?
I've heard of that, but I've never watched it. I haven't watched a lot of stuff. A lot of my friends who are into movies don't even ask me what I've seen because literally up until last year, I did not watch movies. I did not enjoy movies at all. I actually thought movies were literally the worst thing on the planet because they were super long.
Yeah, they are long.
2 to 3 hours for one movie is sick.
And we're all
Bring back 90-minute movies.
We have squirrel
And then
brains.
also, it takes a lot for me. It took a lot for me to appreciate movies for a long time because this was like pre-film. I'm not saying I didn't care about stuff if I didn't have like a personal connection to it, but more of like I had movies I enjoyed,
Totally.
but I stuck to those movies because I knew I enjoyed them. It's like I knew what I was getting out of it, so I'm gonna stick with the TV shows.
Are you saying, like, on the spectrum?
Yes, for
like
sure.
in a good way.
For
yeah,
sure.
no, same here.
Like,
That's like
I watch
finally
the stuff that I know I like because it's comforting. I know what's gonna happen. But as I've been watching movies more and more, I think the exciting part about it now is that the comfortable part about it is that I am comfortable with the stuff outside the movie, like outside the plot.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in having fun with the cinematography, the writing, not the plot, but how things are written, the music, the score.
The lighting.
That's the thing that brings me comfort to talk about now.
That makes sense.
Literally, whenever I rate stuff on Letterboxd, if I enjoyed the movie, it's only like a damn third of the review.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
But also, it's like
you're
the
watching the movie and you're like
the
seeing all the
entertainment.
pieces and like appreciating that.
I was not able to appreciate the pieces. I only watched movies for entertainment way back when, and that's why I never watched it because girl, ain't nobody trying to spend $40 on a movie theater and for 3 hours.
No.
Like it was too much.
No.
But now I'm in the time where every damn thing is getting rebooted. Of course I'm gonna watch everything that come out if it's not a reboot.
I'm honestly really like sad with how much rebooting is going on.
It's pissing
But it's been going on for so
off.
long. And I'm like, do we not have any? I was like, let's go dig in the old books. I'm positive there's a bunch of stories that we aren't thinking of. But wait,
it's capitalism.
let's get back to the Hannah stuff.
No, this has to deal with it.
Oh, okay.
This
No,
has
it
to
does.
do. It does.
Yeah.
Because that's why we got the anniversary. It's not a direct reboot.
Yeah, but yeah.
Nostalgia Core is the reason we
Totally,
don't
totally,
get
totally.
new stuff.
Mhm.
And that's why when they came out with like the teaser for it, I didn't really like move because I was like, oh, Jesus, like it's giving high school reunion. And I love that, like I said, she was able to have her full healed moment. I love that. I'm always going to respect Miley Cyrus as an entertainer.
Yes.
Because she literally went through hell and back since she was 10. And she's
also,
like, what?
speaking of that, Chaperone did like, and again, it's not that serious. I'm not criticizing too much. I'm just saying. The way that she phrased that took me the out.
Oh.
When she was sitting there dead in her face. She's like, you went through you literally, it's like you open your mouth and the world in it just so that they wouldn't on me.
That was
and
funny
I
because
thought I was like, girl, you could have phrased that so differently on this day. And then the crazy part is right now, like,
it fried me
she's
so
getting-
bad
I was like,
because
girl.
I heard her the first time when she was like, you walk so I could run.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know much about her, but
Yeah.
usually when people say that, it's like, oh, you paved the way for us to like own our stuff, be ourselves artistically, and be able to detach from our past selves. That's what I got from her saying that.
First, I understood what she meant and I understood why they chose Chaperone. One, because Chaperone is an extremely talented star. That there's no like if, ands, or buts about that. The other reason they chose her is because I don't know if you know, but Chaperone obviously is a cisgender woman, but she took a lot of inspiration from the drag community. So
I
when she
assume
goes on
so.
tours, that's why her makeup
Yeah,
is
I
like that.
assume so from the makeup.
So it is like an alter ego, just like Hannah Montana, and that's so I understood them. Yes,
okay.
Nobody's talking about that, but I was like that. I was like, I see why they did that. It just didn't feel very fitting.
Because
but
now
I
that you
understood.
say that, I don't really know many people that have the egos anymore.
Mm-mm.
Who's the last person that for real had egos?
Nicki, Beyonce had one ego.
had Sasha, yeah.
Sasha Beast.
Nicki
Sasha's
had like 7.
Nicki
yeah.
had Roman.
Yeah, so
Nicki
she was
had
probably, and she wasn't
Chun-Li.
even
No, Nicki has a lot.
Yeah,
Nicki
she had a lot.
Yeah.
She's the last person I can think of that had like the ego thing. So okay, because in my head I was like, somebody who's chronically unaware of what's going on.
David Bowie,
I was
Ziggy Stardust.
I was,
that was
deadly confused. I was like, that's so interesting, like why they picked her. But now that you say that,
No, the second I saw it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what she means by that. But I was like, no one's getting that, so it seems random. But I understood what she meant.
This is why context matters.
Exactly. Now, okay, another. I'm trying to think of another part that was like crazy, crazy, crazy town. Okay, wait, let's get into the music. So she's saying Best of Both Worlds, The Climb, Nobody's Perv. No. What is she saying? She's saying Best of Both Worlds. She's saying The Climb, the new song, but didn't she sing one more?
She sang 2 more.
No, she didn't.
No, one more.
Yeah, because it was like 3 old songs and then 1 new one. I don't remember what the third one is. Oh, This Is the Life.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, I have to be real. When she sang The Best of Both Worlds, I like automatically felt something weird in my chest. Because like I said, obviously I was a little bit older than you. And it's not so much, Okay, let me get on my little. I feel like
Your
I'm
soapbox.
the and I speak for the trees.
Bow.
Okay. Growing up at that time and being a few apples taller than you at that time was
You were
such
probably like
a
7.
blessing. I was
7 apples
exactly.
tall.
I was like, but it was genuinely such a blessing. The world has changed so much, and like for the better and for the worse in a bunch of different ways. Like the world's always going to continue changing, but really and truly, it was such a blessing to grow up at that time where we were still at the end of like physical media and then like the beginning of like smartphones and technology and da 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 and all this other stuff. And Disney was so relevant to everybody, and everyone was still like tuning into the same channel and watching the same shows and watching it premiere at the same time.
Because there wasn't so many things going
exactly,
on at the
and
same
you didn't have
time.
streaming and all that other stuff. And not only that, but the shows were like genuinely funny for the whole family. Like when now
It's
I feel like
very
when kids
like
watch stuff, I feel
Incredibles coded. Like, you know, when you watch
Yes,
Incredibles as a kid,
all
it's a
of it.
superhero movie, but then you grow up and it's like man having midlife crisis, crashing
Yes.
out. Because The Incredibles is dark.
Yes.
It's dark. That's definitely a movie made for the whole family. Ratatouille as well.
yes.
We don't have
But it's just, like, a
multi-layered,
lot-
multi-generational
No,
media
that like
anymore.
speak to everyone that way. And what they were able to do with like the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, like my whole family loves that. Like my dad, that's like he can be a grumpy man. I was like, he
He
loves
gets
Hannah
tickled.
Montana. Tickle.
Don't let him get
kicking
a
his little feet.
hello.
Love like
He need one of
He
these.
he love London dipped.
He
and
need a
love,
boot
like,
cut and a little scarf.
He needs a boot cut. He wears skinny jeans. It's not for
Oh
him.
no!
Love you, Dad.
Don't tell
I was like,
nobody that.
no, we tell him all the time at the crib. Yeah, I was like, oh, whatever.
Don't tell nobody
Next
that.
subject. But long story short, it was so special. So for me, not only was the special because it was like, oh my God, Hannah Montana's back. It also just reminded me of that point in time in my life.
Yeah.
So when she sang Best of Both Worlds, that immediately made me feel weird. And then because it got released online when they filmed the podcast, or the show,
The
whatever.
interview.
Yes, the interview. They released what song she performed, and they said that she performed "This the Life," "The Climb," a new song, and "Best of Both Worlds." When I saw "The Climb," I was like, "Girl, you sing "The Climb" all the time." Like I was pissed.
I see why, because that's her deepest song.
No, but listen, that was my feeling. Correct. So, Best of Both Worlds comes on. Feel that weird thing in my chest. She makes a comment about her mom. I start crying. Commercials come on. I'm like, get it together. It's not that deep. I'm like drinking. I got like some wine at my sister's. I was drinking the Albarino and it was like burning my eyes like a little bit. And then I like had a little bit of the wine, did whatever. We go back. Selena Gomez comes out. Then she gets her that hat. That got me going. Commercial break again. Try to get it together. And then she sings a song. Then that's when she sings "This is the Life." And we sing that. That hit me. That like started to hit me. And at that point I was like crying. My sister was next to me. And I could tell she was crying too. But I was like, girl, don't look at me and like ruin my cry. Like I like really want to get it out. If that makes sense.
My cry.
No, like I was like, girl, do not laugh at me right now. Do not look at my cry right now. And I also didn't want to ruin her cry either. I was like, girl, you cry, let me cry. Like, let me alone. Like, don't look at me, don't laugh. And I'm so glad her fiance, but she's not like that. Well, she told me to tighten up at the end. But
I hate when I'm crying. I get on Instagram Reels and I'm on my ass within 3 minutes.
No, that pissed me off so bad.
Because now I'm in a good mood and I need to get the rest of it out, and I can't continue crying after that.
So she sings "This to Life," and then she turns to "The Climb." And I was like, at first I was like, oh, she's gonna sing "The Climb." First of all, that dress was goddamn spectacular.
I did like her outfit.
Her dress and those Gucci glasses were phenomenal.
I was just saying earlier, her makeup also looked really good throughout the entire special.
Yes, it did.
The entire special.
She started singing that, and at this point in time, like where I'm at in my life is so interesting, beautiful, unique, dark, sad, like all the things.
What Kanye say? My beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy.
Totally.
That's so your 20s, Cody.
No, it is. And I'm in the second half of my 20s, and it's like a weird, confusing time.
You're almost
Things
free.
are starting coming together.
You're literally almost free from the shackles.
Correct. And I know that, but I'm like, whoa. Like, it's a lot. And her singing that song and those stupid lyrics were so, like, I was damn near eating snot. My whole neck was.
Snot.
No, I was eating snot. My neck was, I was wearing like a deep cut, like tank top. Like my neck was covered in tears. Like I was like not okay. Then I kept trying to take a sip of wine so that I could stop crying, but the wine was like burning my eyes. So then it was making me cry more.
It was raw.
Yeah, no.
Your eyes were raw.
Wait, also my tears are hella salty. I was like, does that mean I'm like healthy or something?
No,
okay.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
No,
I'm
I
not a
think it
doctor or
does
physician.
No, but
nurse
yeah, they were
practitioner,
like salty, and then I would kept crying. And then just the lyrics, like, I don't know, like, there's always going to be another mountain. You're always going to want to make it move. And then, like, it's not about, like, when you get there and da-da-da-da-da. And then I just kept thinking about in my life, like, in my 20s, like, throughout college, like, there's been so many highs and I've had so much fun and I've made so many friends and I've done all these things, whatever. But I was like, there's been a lot of dark, hard like, and it's been, like, really difficult. And I'm like, oh, my God, like, I remember this song, and I remember when it came out, and I thought it was pretty, but I didn't really understand it or listen to it like that. And then it became like a corny Hannah Montana song, and I was like, now I'm like,
it hits.
I'm 20. Yeah, I was like,
it hits. Billboard
like, it
100 number 157 weeks.
Like it hit for a weird like I was like, whoa, like this is so relevant to me.
Name a single adult at that time who still don't remember that song.
No, literally, no, because it hit them hard.
Because it hit.
And I get it. Oh, then when her dad came out, lost it. I
never hear much about Miley.
Lost it.
Until like something big
Lost
happens.
it.
And I remember when they said her and her dad had a falling out. That's why I was a little surprised that she even wanted to be in the same room as him. But honestly, I think she did it for the fans to be like, you know what? Like, I can put it aside for 15 minutes. Like, it's fine.
I feel like they actually like reconciled. Do I think everything's perfect? No. Yes, I do. Especially with the song, like when because in that show, the relationship she had with her dad in that show was so
it was
beautiful.
Wholesome.
Like he was like the dad that like she could come to and be like, I have a crush on this boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when they did that stupid little montage, that was gorgeous. I'm calling it stupid because I had too many emotions. I did really like when they read the script and they cut back and forth, and their voices were exactly the same. I was like, wait, that's what the girls try to do, and they can never do it. No.
I also have a nitpick.
The way that I literally was boo-hoo crying when that was going on. He looked healthy, and they were there, and the relationship they had, it made me think of that Butterfly song, and I was like. If they would have sang that Butterfly song, I would have smashed my head into the wall like those I Am Legend like things did, like in the Will Smith movie.
I have two things to say.
The way that got me going, especially because like the dad was like struggling with like the alcoholism and da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, okay, now like, stop it.
I have two things.
Go.
My first beef.
Okay.
I have no solution to my nitpick.
Okay.
Just a complaint. Why did they put the set behind them in the interview? If they were going to do the interview, just do it somewhere.
I knew what they were trying to give, but I also thought that was confusing too when they first did that.
Since we're talking about Butterfly Fly Away, my favorite songs off Hannah Montana movie soundtrack, see how the whole thing is saved? Yep, Don't Play With Her.
Oh.
I need y'all to show some love for What's Not to Like, Spotlight, and The Good Life. Everybody loves Let's Get Crazy, the Hold Down, Throw Down. Y'all are missing bangers. The Rascal Flatts rendition of Bless the Broken Road, the acoustic version on this album, is, I swear to God, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Really?
It's beautiful. It was on my Wrapped last year. Girl. And then Butterfly Fly Away, such a cute song. This easily her best album as Hannah.
Yes, totally.
And
no
it's
questions
literally asked. Without a doubt. I have it literally on vinyl, and the press I think is purple, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the Hannah Montana because it didn't come out in movie theaters, did it?
Yeah, it did.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Did I watch? I think I did watch it.
Of course you did.
No, because it came out.
You went to the concert. Yeah, you went to.
When did High School Musical 3 come out?
We
what
went
year
to the
was
movies
that?
It was around the same time.
Because I remember seeing both on a big screen. High School Musical 3 in theaters was T. But
it was.
I think it's just really insane.
The budget budgeted for that one.
Because not only did they do a lot of nostalgia baiting throughout the entire thing, but it was really funny. And like, I love it to an extent. I do love nostalgia. I said it earlier. The only thing that sells better than sex is nostalgia.
Of course.
Why do you think the girls always bring up, oh, back in 2016, oh, back in 2008? Like, okay, girl. But the underlying thing, literally as soon as I turned it off, like I said, I was very normal about it. I was chill about it. But my digital studies brain was like, this is why we don't have any new This is why we don't have any new This is why, because we keep going back. And it's not their fault, but it's because there's a lot of reboots, like we said, and revisiting old stuff. And I think that's why I didn't really move when I got word of this, or when you told me, I was just like, oh, because I feel like we just see so many revisits and reboots of old stuff. It doesn't let any new shine.
Well,
Granted, I do think hers
reason,
was deserved though. Revisiting Hannah was more than
not
deserved.
only was hers deserved, I also feel like hers was different because, again, like you said, she was drugged through the mud so bad with it. And she had to make such a 180 to have a successful career as Miley Cyrus that no one thought she would ever do that again.
100%.
And like in all these years, as successful those songs were, which again, now we know
she's
Disney never let her sing. She never sang them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you never heard Nobody's Perfect Again. You never heard Best of Both Worlds. You never heard Butterfly Flower. You know, you never heard those songs again.
They weren't getting their Harry Styles singing One Direction, Night Changes at the concert. We weren't getting that. But hers was more than deserved to be revisited because Hannah Montana was in fact a cultural moment. That's when I think reboots and revisits are okay.
Correct. I don't think everything
people
needs a
be rebooting
Yeah.
just to do it. Why are we rebooting the reboot?
Half the reboots is because they like want the job again. Like I was like, and like that's like the thing that they did.
And like I know times are tough and everything, but literally the Disney CEO at the time, right? Literally said sometimes you got to take a bet on people. You got to take a bet on people.
Take a bet.
We aren't taking bets on people anymore, and this is why media is flopping in today's day and age because nobody's taking bets. They took a bet on Miles Canton in Sinners.
Yeah.
They took a bet on Chase Infinity in one battle after another.
They took a bet
Two
on
of the biggest.
Brunson.
Yes, they took a bet on Quinta, and we literally now have one of. I think it's Quinta Brunson. BR.
All right. Big Mama,
shout out Abbott. Literally one of the funniest. I usually don't like mockumentaries, but Abbott is funny as hell.
Yeah, Abbott's like.
But like,
I was gonna say a crazy word, but Abbott's super funny.
We don't take bets on people anymore because I think people are scared. But they should use her as an example of I think should they're in take that bet.
I think like in general, that's the other thing as well. Is though like everyone, I have like my little childhood trauma, like whatever. I really did have a really nice childhood, and it just. Everything has been so crazy for so long, and it really has, and it is exhausting. And I'm not getting on my like Gen Z soapbox, but like
it has been exhausting for literally the past like decade.
Overwhelming, and it's been so long. It's been so exhausting, and it's been so hard as someone that is really informed and really cares about people and things. I was like, it's been exhausting to like live and like try to figure things out and like be so consumed by like the box, you know, by the TV and what they're saying and what's going on and this is sad and this is bad and da 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 da. Like it's just been way too much going on. And I think that for all of us that were, you know, 3 apples taller than you or just a little bit taller than you.
It was a moment to slow down.
It was a moment to slow down. And for me, it was a really big moment to slow down. Like yesterday we were at work together and I was already on like a high and feeling motivated before I got there. After we had an amazing day yesterday. And after that, I was like, I don't know. That last question that they asked her, that last question combo with her walking towards the mirror and grabbing that ass like wig and then
what fried me is when
song.
she walked out that door.
That was funny.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I wish I'm really annoying. This is the film guru talking. I wish they had framed it the same and kept it the same.
Yeah, that part did make it look like a little different.
Like y'all know what it looked like.
Yeah, no. But
it
that
still
last
was funny.
question that Alex asked her was like, what was it like or whatever the fuck it was. I just remember Miley's responses, to be honest. But when Miley was like, it was like, you know, the honor of a lifetime. It was amazing. I'm so thankful to the fans. She was like, they always kept me company and supported me and da 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 da. Like, I was giving Hannah or something, but they helped me create Miley or what? You know, they supported Miley, whatever it was. But when she made that one comment about how beautiful it was, but the way she also acknowledged, I thought it was so romantic. The way she acknowledged the fact
her
that
partner, right?
No, not only that. When she acknowledged that it was like lonely.
Oh yeah,
like I thought that was so romantic's not the word, poetic. I thought it was so poetic when she was like being Hannah Montana and like being this cultural phenomenon and like bringing so much joy to so many people and like such a particular time in their life and such a wide age group was like beautiful, and I felt like such a sense of community. But she was like also being the one doing that and not having that experience of that attachment was lonely, and I was like, wow,
it's very like
that got me.
Because there was nobody before her that did something like that, and there's not gonna be, because that was a situation. Hannah Montana is very much a product of its time, but it's like a right person, right time thing.
Yes.
But you're like the first one to do it like that. And I don't want to compare it to like...
To what?
I was gonna say probably an older adult, more like example would probably Michael Jackson. There's never going to be another Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not comparing her to Michael Jackson whatsoever. I'm talking about their experience. He literally couldn't go to the grocery store.
Correct.
If people say Beyonce is the Beyonce and celebrity of celebrities, Michael Jackson was on a whole other plane. And that's such a lonely and isolating feeling. No wonder she was crashing out for as long as she did, because I'm pretty sure all those emotions caught up to her. Social media became a thing, so it's people barking down her throat 24/7. Nobody has had like that big boom from a little preteen teen show on a small channel that Disney. That's such a unique experience. So for her to touch on how lonely that was,
deep.
I am glad that she brought attention to that, especially while we're in a loneliness epidemic. I'm so glad she touched on that.
I bawled.
Because to this day, I don't think she can connect with many people on that, right?
My mom has been telling me recently, we had this like deep conversation. I'm not going to get into all my personal BS. Yeah. But I will say, like, my mom and I, like, we got into this like whole thing. And long story short, she was like, don't you think it's time for you to date somebody? And I was like, not you trying to gag me. But then she was like, no, seriously. She was like, oh, like, I wouldn't be in the United States, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, if it weren't for your father, like, us having this relationship, and, like, he pushes me, I push him. And then she brought up my sister as an example, and she just brought up a bunch of other people that, like, they are successful, and not that they couldn't do it on their own, but she's, like, in a partnership, like, the way that they like you or think that you're the best person and hype you up and you push each other, like, all this other stuff. But when she said that about her partner, I also thought that was beautiful. And then that made me cry because that was relevant to me, because I just had that conversation this week. And I was just talking about, like, my inner child, like, earlier this week with my mom. Mm-hmm. And when she walked out and started that song, I think it's called Younger Now. Or, no, Younger Me.
Sick.
No.
I will also, like, this probably is going to be the last thing that I touch on, because, like, running out of SD card space. Sorry, guys. Literally. But I will say the one thing I really love, she did highlight her partner, but the thing I highlighted and took from that as somebody who grew up on the internet. Okay. She gets to have those moments to her damn self.
What do you mean?
She was talking about having those highs with her, like, within her life.
Yes.
And she was like, I get to have them for myself and just for me and not the world.
That's special.
As somebody who has been violently on the internet by choice.
Yeah, of course.
Violently on the internet. Doing everything in front of everybody all the time is not fun. And I'm just a little girl who taught people how to put in a tampon.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being a cultural phenomenon and sensation at 15.
Totally.
And she's still a cultural phenomenon, an icon and legend.
Okay.
20 years post.
Straight up.
Yes, post the show. So I think at the end of the day, she was the first person to make me realize.
Yes.
You can always want to be in the front. She said she loves making people laugh. I love being there for people. I love supporting people in any way, whether it's parasocial or they know me personally. But you can always back up. Yeah. It's fine to not share everything. You don't have to overshare with strangers. You don't have to overshare people around you. You can back up and still have a healthy balance between appreciating where you came from, but also saying, hey, this isn't me anymore. And if you don't respect that, you need to get gone. Yeah. She is the first person to have ever taught me that at the ripe age in high school. And I understood what she was saying. Yeah. But until I was in situations to where I regretted giving so much information about myself and just putting myself so much out there, I didn't recognize that and highlight as much. And it didn't weigh that much to me until I became an adult. And I'm still a growing adult, so I'm still listening and learning every day. But when Chappell said she walks so we could run, she meant that for everybody, not just celebrities think. Not just celebrities. And it's like, at a time where we literally have the world at our fingertips, that's something we should all take from that, in my opinion. You can enjoy stuff for yourself, no matter your financial status, relationship status, your letter status, celebrity or not celebrity. You can back up. You can enjoy stuff for yourself just for the hell of it, because at the end of the day, this is how you're going to do stuff and you're going to remember it a certain way. There's so many memories in high school that I have that are tainted based on how much I shared on the internet at the time. And I can never get that back. Yeah. And it's always better to undershare
than over
and gradually get into it than over and regret saying too much.
Oh, I hate that feeling when you know when you say the wrong thing from the wrong person, you're like, damn, I want to throw
especially
up now.
Because I'm somebody who always says stuff because my mind moves at like a mile a minute. I always say stuff and stuff gets jumbled, and I say something I completely didn't mean.
Totally.
I think that's like the last thing I would personally say about it. And that's the thing that hit me the most. And like I said, I was really young when the show came out, but I did have like an emotional attachment, but not like a deep sense of like,
Yes.
this is the life. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have that. But there is still things that I took from it that impact me emotionally, but not to the point where I'm like, I'm crashing out. Like, you know, like you're definitely on like a, I wouldn't say the word isn't parasocial.
No, but
it's like an applied.
parasocial in a good way, like not in a bad way. But no, I agree because I like, and I'll like have like my like closing thoughts.
Yeah.
Just because, oh Lord, I was like I cried like 10 times more than my sister. And again,
Yeah.
I liked Hannah Montana, but like it was like right now we were going through the albums. I was like, girl, I know the bangers are on the show. Like it wasn't like I wasn't like in there like that. But it just it stirred up so much emotion in me to the point that when she sang that last song, like those certain lyrics, like, okay, and I'm not being red pill. Like I'm not going down this like conversation. I just need to like let everyone know that real quick. But I like there was one lyric in the beginning of the song that was so beautiful, and I was like, oh, like, you know, hi, younger me, it's like older you, like whatever. Do you still pray every night or do you just worry all night? And so when I was younger, I used to pray every single night. And now that I'm older, I tend to worry a lot. And like, it was just like little things like that literally felt like, girl, you wrote this for me, like in like a weird way.
Yeah.
And it like, I literally could have thrown up. I was crying so hard. Like I was like literally sitting there like trying to do it like quietly. I was like, girl, don't start. Cause then I cry. Like when my dog died at the vet, like literally my sister was to the point where like I was crying so hard. And I looked at her, I was like, girl, why you stop? I was like, why you stop crying? And she's like, you're yelling and you like ruined this like moment for me. And our dog is like literally on the floor like dying. And I was like,
the paw print is like dry.
No, and like the way that like if I cry, it's like a lot, but I was
It
like crying
seems
quite
like-
like hard.
It seems like it was a real big like you need to go back to the basics thing.
Yes, and not only was it that, but like the main thing and like that song was just like, oh, like younger me, I hope you're proud of me, of like older you or like where you're at now. And it was just, it made me want to work harder. Like it made me want to be like, but then also proud of like, I don't know, there's certain things that I did like, I remember never knowing when I would be able to come out or like not even knowing when, but like even picturing a world where I would be able to do that or do that. So like that hit me super hard to the point where I leave my sister's apartment complex to the parking garage crying. I call 3 people. I smoked 3 cigarettes, pacing back and forth in the parking lot, just crying, laughing in between. Then drove home because I was getting it out. Literally, the song isn't released yet. I'm playing it on TikTok connected to my CarPlay, crying. Can't see because I'm crying so hard. Then I played The Climb, which I've heard 1,000 times, but it's hit me totally different. Cried like a mother.
Yeah.
Get to my house. I walk up. I see my mom, and I was like, she's like, hey. She's standing outside. I was like, oh, hey, what's up on the porch? I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, I was like, oh, that's special. She was like, hey, do this thing. And like, she literally flips her phone, and it's this lady taking her tongue and going like this. She's like, and I was like, what? And she's like, do it. And I'm literally crying. I was like, I stopped crying. She was like, aren't you calm now? And I was like, yeah. She's like, that's what you do. She went in the house.
And guys, at the end of the day,
I was like,
it seems like they really did this for the girls who get in a tizzy, and we got to take you back to the basics.
Sorry.
But with all that being said, we did a bunch of nonsense today.
We did. We were medicated today.
Yeah, which is up it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been this week's episode of Predictably Unpredictable. I hope you guys like this like recap.
Yes.
And not analysis, but like breakdown, us talking about the special. Do you guys think because of reboot and revisiting culture outside of Hannah, does that, I know for a fact it impacts new stuff. I would love to hear your take on that. Nostalgia baiting, the whole bit. What did you think about the special if you watched it? Your highlights, your not so favorite parts. We would love to hear it. We'll be responding to and reading majority, if not all, the comments.
DM,
you could,
DM. Especially on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you don't already to get updates, countdowns, know when new episodes come out. You can see posts from us, clips where I'm being funny, and you can comment, DM, whatchamacallit. If you're on Spotify, definitely subscribe to the YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, definitely follow on the Spotify and rate us after listening to a few episodes. We post episodes, well, I post episodes every single Wednesday.
Big Wednesdays, not the little ones.
Big Wednesdays, not the little. Every single week at noon at Eastern Time at 9 a.m. Pacific, and that has been this week's episode of Predictably Unpredictable, and I will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later, alligators. Mwah.